Hello, friends. I'm so glad you're here. You know, sometimes after a long day, it's nice to slow down and settle into a cozy spot where we can share stories together. This is a special place where bedtime stories help us unwind, spark our imaginations, and gently guide us into sweet dreams. Each night, we'll go on an adventure. Some will be fun, some a little mysterious, but all of them will be told with care, just for you. So grab your favorite blanket and get nice and comfy, and let's enjoy a story together. It's a wonderful way to end the day, isn't it? I'm so happy you're here with me. Tonight's story is called The Crystal Sky by Kevin in Rhode Island. In a time long before the stars were cataloged and charted, there was a distant world called Xylar, where the sky shimmered with prismatic light from the crystal clouds. Every morning they rained down shards of energy that fueled the planet's advanced civilizations. Yet deep beneath Xylar's gleaming towers and floating cities, there was a secret, known only to a select few. A dying core, slowly consuming itself from within. The story begins with Aaron, a seasoned explorer, and his daughter Tessa, a bright and curious girl on the cusp of adulthood. They lived in a secluded dwelling on the planet's outskirts, away from the glittering metropolis. Aaron had spent years searching for a way to stop the planet's decay, knowing that if the core died, the crystal clouds would no longer shine, and Xylar's civilizations would crumble to dust. Tessa had grown up hearing stories of his adventures, the dangers he faced in uncharted lands, and the secret technology he unearthed. But her father was growing weary, his once sharp eyes dimming. One evening, while gazing at the streaking colors of the sunset, Aaron sat with Tessa, revealing a truth he'd kept hidden for years. "Tessa," he began, his voice weighted with the burden of years. "The crystal clouds are fading. Xylar won't survive much longer unless we restore balance to the core. But I've failed in all my efforts. I need your help." Tessa, though young, had learned much from her father's teachings. She was brave, determined, and unwilling to let their world die without a fight. "What do we have to do?" she asked, her eyes gleaming with the same stubborn resolve that her father once had. Aaron pulled out a map, an ancient relic he had discovered in one of Xylar's forgotten ruins. It showed a hidden passage deep within the crystal wastes, a desolate region known for its deadly storms of crystal shards and treacherous terrain. At the center of the wastes was a forgotten vault, said to contain a device capable of reigniting the planet's core. "The journey is perilous," Aaron said. "No one who has ventured into the crystal wastes has ever returned." Tessa grinned. "Then it's time we become the first." The next day they set out armed with only their wits, Aaron's knowledge of ancient technology and Tessa's newfound courage. Their path took them through jungles of towering crystal flora, whose leaves hummed with electrical energy, across rivers of molten glass, and through caverns echoing with the sounds of forgotten creatures. Tessa, though inexperienced, learned quickly. She guided them through crystal shard storms by detecting shifts in the air, while Aaron deciphered ancient inscriptions that led them deeper into the wastes. As they ventured further, the atmosphere grew thicker with the raw energy of Xylar's dying core. Their steps became heavier, and the weight of the planet's impending collapse pressed down on them. Yet through it all they found comfort in each other's presence. One night, as they rested in the shadow of a massive crystal spire, Tessa asked her father, "Why didn't you tell me sooner? I could have helped you." Aaron looked at her, his face softened by the gentle light of the glowing crystals around them. "I wanted to protect you," he admitted, "but I see now that you were never meant to be kept from this. You are a part of Xylar, just as much as I am. You're stronger than I ever was." Tessa smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "We'll save it together." At last, they reached the heart of the crystal wastes. Before them stood the ancient vault, a massive, spherical structure made of the same shimmering crystal that fueled the planet. The entrance was sealed, but Aaron, with Tessa's help, activated a series of ancient mechanisms that opened the vault. Inside, they found the device. A towering crystal engine, glowing faintly with the last vestiges of power. But as they approached, the ground began to tremble. From the shadows emerged a creature made entirely of crystal, a guardian, left behind to protect the engine from those unworthy. It towered over them, its faceted body reflecting the light of the dying core. Aaron, though older and slower than in his prime, stepped forward, ready to face the creature. But Tessa, with the quick reflexes of youth and a spark of understanding, stopped him. "Wait," she said. "It's not attacking us. It's testing us." Tessa approached the creature, her hands raised in peace. She closed her eyes and felt the pulse of the planet's energy flowing through her. With a deep breath, she reached out, connecting with the guardian. Slowly, the creature lowered its crystalline arms, its body dimming, as if recognizing her. "I am of Xylar," she whispered, "and I am here to save it." The guardian stepped aside, allowing them to approach the crystal engine. Together, Aaron and Tessa activated the ancient device. With a brilliant flash of light, the engine roared to life, sending a surge of energy through the planet. The ground shook, but this time with the force of rebirth. Above, the crystal clouds shimmered brighter than they had in centuries, and the core, once on the brink of collapse, stabilized. Exhausted but triumphant, Aaron and Tessa stood side by side, watching as the sky above them blazed with color. "You did it," Aaron said, pride filling his voice. "No," Tessa replied, smiling. "We did it, together." And as the first rays of a new dawn broke across the horizon, father and daughter knew that Xylar's future was secure, for now and for generations to come. The end. Well, wasn't that a lovely story? I'm so glad we could share it together. Now, as the day comes to an end, it's time to rest and let all those wonderful thoughts and dreams carry you through the night. Remember, tomorrow's a new day, full of new adventures, and I'll be right here when you're ready for another story. Until then, take a deep breath, get cozy, and know that you are safe, you are loved, and you are important, just the way you are. Good night, and sleep well.